Hello and welcome everybody to World of Tanks with Mariel, as Rita would like to call me. And today I brought you the promised, bonus video, so to say. And for this I picked the Leopard prototype. It's the Tier 9 German medium tank, one of the two Tier 9 German medium tanks, the other being the 50. And you need to go through it if you want to access the famous Leopard 1. To get access to it, you can either play the Indian Panzer, as I did, or you can go via the German light tank line, via the RU-251, and you will also get to the Leopard PTA. Some of you might wonder, where does the PTA in the name come from? Well, when the Leopard 1 was first being developed, there were 3 project offices developing different variants, parts, types, whatever, and they were called Projektgruppe A, Projektgruppe B, and Projektgruppe C, meaning Project Group A, B, and C, respectively. And so the version you see in the game now is the version that Project Team A. So, what are the bright sides of this tank once you've gone through the horrible stock grind with the Indian Panzer? Well, it has the same gun that some Tier 10s use, has a really high alpha foil medium tank, 390, and it is APCR standard, meaning it's very good at sniping because of the high shell velocity. And because it's APCR, it also has a very high penetration. For example, comparing it to the other Tier 9 German medium tank, the E50. The E50 would have to fire premium ammunition in order to get the same amount of penetration that the Leopard PTA gets with its standard rounds. Also, it is very fast and nimble and has very good camo values, making it excellent for sitting in a bush and just sniping at heavy tanks who can't see it. Now, what it hasn't got? Well, gun depression, as you can see here. It really it's got the gun depression values of heavy tank. It has 6 degrees, and 6 degrees is not good. And what also hasn't got is armor. If you bounce something, then you should go immediately to a lottery shop and buy a ticket, because it is about as likely that you win in a lottery that you will bounce something in this tank. Really, there's armor values from Tier 2 or Tier 3 medium heavy tanks, so it's not very good at walling. So what else has it got? Well, an ammo rack. Basically, this whole tank is made out of ammo racks, and that's why most people, including me, use 2 repair kits. A small one, for when you repair ammo rack gets damaged, and the big one, for everything else, or if your ammo rack gets damaged the second time, which is quite likely in this tank. In the past, it was mediocre, to say the best. It was statistically so bad that even Wargaming took pity in it and buffed the hell out of it. It got a rate of fire buff, it got a health buff, it got all kinds of buffs, basically. The list was quite long, it really needed that, actually. And now it's in a competitive position, I think. I'm not very familiar with this tank. I love the Centurion 7.1, but that's mainly because due to the gun depression in combination with a strong turret and the ammunition and the mobility it gets, well, apart from the top speed. And that's why I'm really not that into this thing. I didn't really enjoy playing it. But I also kind of committed to this tank because I put 4 of my mission reward girls into this tank, and in order to prepare them for their job in the Leopard 1. Because I think the Leopard 1, it has 9 degrees of gun depression, I think. This will really help this kind of playstyle that the tank was made for, basically. Okay, that was enough factual information for now. Why is there a bonus video today? The easy answer is, I took a day off from work. Haha, M4, you're so nerdy, you took a day off from work in order to do video on a video game of tanks from the Second World War. No. I went to a concert yesterday, and this concert, if it starts at 9 PM, it lasted until around midnight. So then get back from the venue to my home, it was 1 in the morning, and I have about 40 hours overtime. So my boss said to me, it would be nice if you take a day or two off because you got too much overtime. So I did, and I slept along until in this morning. I think about 10, 10:30, and so now I'm using the remaining time because the weather isn't too beautiful right now. In order to make you a YouTube video. I hope you appreciate it. Hopefully. Well, I will see in the comments. Also, Phil is really out YouTubing me. He's putting up a video every Thursday, but now he's busy with Operation Typhoon because he wants to get one of those fancy Chieftain T8 British heavy tanks, premium heavy tanks, which he has no use of because he doesn't have British heavy tanks. So I will step in and publish an extra video and hopefully close the distance to him because he's gotten too far in the lead actually. And I think I need to pull my weight. Speaking of pulling your weight, sometimes I get asked, M4, how can I raise my W8? M4, how can I be better at this game? M4, what's the lottery numbers? M4, why is the banana not straight? At first you want to know, you want to ask yourself, you want to play for the win, or you want to play for Unicum stats, or Unicum W8 list. Because to influence your win percentage, you have to play as a team. World of Tanks is not 1 versus 29, it's 15 versus 15. And if you have a lot of health and your teammate who's right next to you doesn't, then you are the one who goes out, takes an enemy shot, shoots him back, and gives your teammate who is low on health the opportunity to get a free shot in. And so you trade a 2-for-1, you are alive, and hopefully your teammate isn't. That's how it goes, and that's what will influence your win percentage in the long term. However, to influence your W8, you need to know how the W8 system works. And that's no secret. Basically, what W8 wants most is kills and damage dealt. That's it. Those two factors influence W8 the most. Funny enough, spotting will contribute to your marks of excellence in the game, but not, I re-emphasize, it does not contribute to your W8 rating. If you do 5000 spotting and only 500 damage, then for the mark of excellence race you've done 5500 damage precision, which is really, really good. However, for the W8 race, this game will be treated as a 500 damage game, and thus will likely only provide 300 W8, 400. So it's, according to W8, it would have been a really, really bad round. Next, there's the expected values for every tank in the game. There are expected W8 or performance values for every tank. For example, if you play the T29 whatever, the W8 developers expect you to do a certain amount of average damage and average kills. And if you exceed those numbers, you're doing better and thus getting higher W8. Or your W8 increase is even larger if you do the more better you do on the expected values. So if you really want to push your W8, you need to go and check the expected values for those tanks and find a tank which has low expected values but which you are very familiar with and which you like to play and which you can play good. Because if you have exceptional rounds in these tanks, they contribute even more to your W8 game. Oh wow, did I really talk about 10 minutes on stuff which is not related to the gameplay that you see? Oh, well, yeah, we had a really good round on Abbey, in which you, in the last 20 seconds or so, you saw my target prioritization. I had the Lorraine 40T and an artillery to shoot. And this artillery was based on the Tiger chassis, so it's quite heavy. So ramming it would be not a good idea. The Lorraine, however, is not that heavy. So I shot the artillery, went on reload, killed the artillery with that shot, and rammed the Lorraine. He took about as much damage as I did, but he was still on the brink of reloading, and then he shot me, but by the time he had a second shot ready, I was reloaded and could kill him. So, yeah. Then, and also, we lit up this T-30, which I really didn't notice while I was playing. I only made the camera so that you could see him, that he was there. And we got a lot of spotting from him, actually, because he got evaporated by our tanks that were advancing on the other side of the map. In this game, on highways, I went to where the medium tanks usually go, and that's the northwestern corner. Usually, the enemy medium tanks come there as well, and it's a big clash. This didn't happen this time, but we got support from tank destroyers camping at the back, and they evaporated, for example, the WZ-1114. And so we made our way in here, and now could have a nice side armor Type 65 heavy. And so we could get around and really lock the enemy team down in a very small part of the map. And now you see they are getting overrun, and I'm getting trolled by the Type 5 heavy armor. But I will do one last damaging shot, and then the game and the PTA, in fact, is over for me. Because with this game I secured enough experience to unlock the Leopard 1. Hooray! Yeah, it was a good game. Nearly 4000 damage dealt, some spotting as well. And yeah, tier 9s, as you can see, carried the tier 10s. So what about that Abbey game? Well, let's have a look. Oh, it was my ace! Hooray! I have aced this tank! Yes! And that means I can throw it away now. Well, no, really, it's a good tank. Yeah, there are better tier 9 medium tanks, but it gets the job done. So, and here we are. I finally have enough experience to unlock the Leopard 1, and you will now see me do the famous click. Yeah! And I deleted my PTA. Goddamn. And the Leopard 1 is quite expensive, so I have to secure some more funds, I think. But look at those stats. Look at the sexy 9 degrees of gun depression. And the mobility. Oh, this is really good. And I'm really looking forward to play this tank. Yeah. Now back to the PTA, because this is about a Leopard PTA game, isn't it? Well, I think it's time to say... No, it's time to look at the stats at first. Yeah, only 52% wins, but that's down to when I played the PTA stock with the Indian Panzer gun, which is no good. Overall, I'm quite satisfied with the stats. And yeah, time to say goodbye, actually. Because I don't want to own this anymore. I have a lot of tier 9s which I really enjoy playing. And so, yeah, as I said earlier, I need to secure funds. So, yeah, bye-bye PTA. Was nice with you. And, yeah, for the Leopard 1, I'll wait for the, for a special and to buy it, and then I will buy it off price. Bye bye guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a like. And have a nice remainder of the week. Bye bye guys. Oh, and girls, of course.